A kingdom fast and prayer. A kingdom fast and prayer. Some people go to Luke 11:1 and talk about our Father's prayer. But I tell a lot of people a lot of times is, my Father don't have to pray.
No, you don't.
If you have to pray, if anybody that prays means they're believing, they're trusting someone else to meet their needs.
Right.
So if God prayed to himself, that told him he couldn't meet his own needs.
Come on now, keep that.
God was giving us a formula to pray.
Yes. Right.
He was not telling us every time we pray to pray a prayer
All right.
generally like that.
That's right.
That is your ABCs.
That's it.
That's something to learn you. You learn your ABCs to connect your vowels. And I think because we don't think we have nothing to say, we go to the Our Father prayer and pray them. And it's a structure, but it's not the evidence of what you need. And so sometimes we do the easy way of doing the prayer. And I'm not calling it Our Father's prayer because of something that the president never prays to himself to make a decision.
No, he doesn't.
My God.
He makes the decision by himself. Now listen to this. God is in the earth through us.
All right.
And how the devil controls us in this pandemic, in this evil world today, is that he makes the people that have right to control it, make them think they're not worthy to control.
My God, my God.
If you pray every day, does not mean that you are righteous.
That's right.
What you do when you get off your prayer, that's what God's looking at.
That's it.
Getting information in prayer and don't carry out the prayer that you get when you pray don't help you any.
All right.
Getting direction to Atlanta and leaving them at the place I got the direction will not get me to Atlanta.
All right.
A lot of us pray and ask God to do things, and when we ask God things, we don't go and do what we ask God to give us power to do. Most of you have people that's on the police department, and some of you got people that sheriffs, and some of you got people that are highway patrols, and they drunk liquor with you. They party with you. But down, whenever they put that badge on,
All right.
they get the authority. Even though they messed up with you, they got the power to lock you up. We're the only people that have power to do things. And fault our power to people that we think more greater than we. We seek for the exterior things of people and not the interior things. You're great not because of knowing the Bible. You're not great because you are smart. You're great because you trust in a God that's greater than you. And when you go, he go with you. The greatest misconception of who we are in the kingdom of God is that we're representing the kingdom of God in our sinful state mind. We have been taught that we have to do everything right for God to use us. So what did a jackass do? What did the rooster do? He was a vessel. And whenever God talked to the jackass, he didn't say, I'm a jackass. You ain't gonna be talking to me. He said, I'm a vessel. What you want me to say? A lot of us don't want to be used by God because some people know some things on us. And look and say, yeah, I done some things. And some of the things you think I know, yeah, I did it. But that don't change my righteousness. Some of the stuff you think you know, you do know it. Some of the things you think you know, you don't know.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But that don't change my righteousness of who God called me.
That's right.
The greatest power of the devil is to impress you that what you came from does not represent where you're going. Can I help you for a minute? Here is a piece of code setting under a 3-mile mountain. The pressure of the mountain is pressing back toward the coal. the pressure, now the coal is cold, but over a period of time, the mountain changed the very opportunity, the very geography of that coal.
Work, come on, work.
And after a while, that thing that we thought was to heat with is more precious. So some of the things that you went through was not to kill you. It was to give you greater value. And then when you get ready to carry you out. You look at what you went through. God looking at you went through it, and now I can use you. So when God want to use you, you evaluate when you messed up at, and God evaluate that you got out of it. God don't evaluate what you went through to get through. He evaluates that you're out. Okay. I know some of you don't eat chitlins. But most things, most chitlins that you eat, it ain't a pig that you eat. It's a hog. And a lot of mess done went through the intestines of that hog. God didn't judge you by your mess. He judged you by how clean you are. That's how you can eat. It is not so much that chitlins are nasty if you ain't got somebody who will take time to clean them. You got to see the person that's going to cook them is really committed to clean them right. Because you can still cook them and still smell. I'm just going to leave it like that. But what God did you? He cleaned you up. And you can't smell none of your past. You didn't hear me? God ain't like man. Man can miss spots, but God don't miss nothing. His blood can cleanse every area of you. But in your mind, you still holding on to stuff that God done washed you from. So what's keeping you away from what you're going is not the devil. It is an image of something that you won't let go. It's already been cleaned. When we actually learn how to pray, is that when you get an assignment in praying, where a lot of us been messed up, is because when we get through praying, it is a type of tuning up. It is something that God is giving you a clear understanding where you're going. And how, if you hear God, you can tell by how successful you are after you come out of prayer and fasting. Okay, Roger, could you let's do this first, because I got some people watching me. Then go to James 5 and 16. So I ain't studied the devil, you a lie. I got rid of that. I ain't going back there. Amen. The devil is a lie. Yes, he is. Mm-hmm. I got something to say today.
That's right.
I got something to say to some of y'all out there to change your life.
That's right.
What is that, Roger?
Confess your faults one to another.
See, we don't have to go to the priest.
No.
You ought to have somebody in your life.
That's right.
That you can confess that you're getting ready to change. Listen to this. You ain't that super spiritual when you ain't got nobody you can talk to.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
The devil will fool you to fail. Because you think you're the only one in greater faith. Living saved. And I'm going to tell you, that's a damn lie.
That's right. There we go.
God ain't called greater faith for one person.
That's right.
But you have become so supernatural spiritual that you miss the level that everybody needs to confess to God, but they need someone to confess so they can see.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I'm leaving that alone. Okay, you're talking to God, but there's times that you need somebody to say, just shake their head. Don't have to say nothing.
That's right.
Read.
And pray one for another.
Pray how many?
One for another.
He said confess. He said what the church done lost, they done lost confession.
All right.
Somebody ran into
Lord Jesus.
Trade church.
Okay, let me tell you something. That's easy to find out who you can trust. Give them something don't mean nothing.
Yes.
Tell them that your right toe is crossed over your left and it's been up and you got to cut it every way, David. And so you hear it again, you know you can't trust them. Don't never give them nothing to kill with first. Give them something that don't mean nothing. I'm going bald. And then somebody said, well, Pastor going bald. I said, I know who I told that. You got to use wisdom to find your counselor. But then you got to use wisdom to find somebody to pray with. Pray one for another. Listen, somebody, listen to this. Sometimes it's not your prayer that brings you out. Sometimes it's the person that joins with you to pray for you. You all ever been cooking something and your taste was different than the person you was cooking it for? And while you was cooking it, I better take this in there and see. What do that need? And you don't taste it. You say, well, it's fine how I taste it. But because you were not cooking it for you,
That's right.
you went back to find out how that tasted.
That's right.
That's right.
A lot of things God will make others cook for you. If you can just get their opinion.
Yes.
Read, Roger.
That ye may be healed.
That be healed. Read.
The effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much.
Baby, how much? A little bit. A little bit. The prayer y'all doing, it avails a little bit. He said, when you pray, if you don't believe that your prayer will carry out the assignment that you have been praying for, you need to get off of your feet.
All right now.
Okay, Rogers, let's go back to another to get him to see what's talking about. Rogers, go back to, could you help me out, Rogers?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to Mark 10 and 35. I got to get out of here real quick. I'm moving too slow. Okay, no, Roger, don't go there. Go Mark 11 and 24. I'm going to get to that one right now. Let's get that. They don't stop saying amen now already.
My God.
Yes, sir.
What he said?
Therefore, I say unto you,
What you say?
what things soever ye desire,
Whatsoever thing desire.
ye desire.
See, when you have a taste for God, you got to have a desire for God. Because the desire was what you're going to make you hold on to. He said, when you pray, desire. A lot of y'all just pray, but when you desire something, you really go. Any of y'all ever went to bed at night and you had a taste for pizza? And all the pizza, even the pizza that you don't eat, has been closed. Right now, I do a pizza that I don't like. But God said the desire will make you go places that normally you will not go. You know, they got to say amen. Right, go to Matthew 4 and 1. Let's start there and find out what Jesus did with his prayer. Hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
What he said?
Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness.
You don't know that the Spirit is really leading you through this thing.
Yes.
I don't care. The Spirit led him up there to be tested. You've been led through these last 21 days.
Jesus.
And a lot of y'all may laugh because I know when y'all went in the beginning of this fast, you were sick.
Yes.
At the end of the prayer, you came out. And some of y'all sitting here better than you did last time. Because this time you know you need church. Because see, when you went through that place where you were left alone to die, you said, Lord, you get me back out of this sickness. I'll be glad to go to church. I'm the only one said that. Read, Roger.
Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
To be tempted of the devil for 21 days.
My God.
21 days.
Jesus.
Dre, can I talk? You won't see me here. We was coming out of, I just had bragged on Dre doing so good fasting. And Marie had to start turning the macaroni and cheese when we was coming by. And I noticed that he was walking with me. And I guess he must have thought I seen him. So he finally said, he was me while we were in church. He said, that macaroni and cheese did look good. When God takes you through things. Otherwise, I just gave him encouragement about his fast in my office. Before we got to the church, he was tempted. Some of you, before you get home, now you know who you are. You will be tempted to give up.
Yes.
Who you learn that you are.
Yes.
Because some people feel threatened about your ability to know who you are.
Yes.
Who do he think he is? I'm Jesus only. I'm Jesus' only begotten son. No, you're not. You got more sons. You say what you want to say when you talking to him. When I talk to him, I'm his own. You talking the way you want to talk, but when I talk to him, I'm his only son.
That's right. That's right.
You ain't never talked to your kids? The one you talk to always tell them they're the best kid. They don't never say we all good.
That's true. That's true.
You ain't hearing me. Mama, you love John better than you. He needed better. He cried more.
Oh my God.
Read, Roger, read, Roger. Get in trouble. Somebody should be standing up.
Verse 2. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights,
He now listen to this. Usually when you do prayer, is that you get great results out of individual prayer, but you get greater results out of corporate prayer.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Corporate prayer brings the kingdom together.
Yeah, my God.
Individual prayer brings you to the kingdom.
Wow. Yes.
Okay, Roger, read.
Help us.
verse 3. And when the tempter came to him, he
The
said,
tempter. Who is the tempter? Your cousin.
Yes.
Your brother.
Yes.
Your sister. Your wife. Your husband.
Amen.
Your boss. Your mama.
Yes.
Your dad. A tempter don't have a jurisdiction. He just have occupation. He just finds somebody that he will allow him to be used to stop you from being successful. I guarantee the person that you think is your enemy is not the one that's stopping you. It's probably the one that you're eating with every day.
Yes.
That you think you need.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Read. Oh, I got your thinking now. Oh, Jesus. Read. What is that?
he said, if thou be the Son of God,
If I be what now?
the Son of God,
He's not talking about everybody that's a son. Guess what he said? If I, thank you, Kelly. He said, if I be the Son of God. Go ahead, read.
be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. But
Read.
he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Look at somebody say, whenever you start fasting and praying, your greatest power
Greatest power
is how you talk back to the devil.
is how you talk back to the devil.
Jesus, every time the devil said something to Jesus, he gave him a reply.
That's
You know why you catching hell? Is because you just stopped the hell.
Yes.
How do I stop the hell? I talk back.
Yes.
Read, Rogers.
Verse 5.
The first thing you dealt with is eating.
Lord, how much?
Read.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee.
When he'll start dealing with you that they ain't gave you the right power in church. They're looking over you. They don't value you. They don't know what they're looking at.
Yes.
Well, God, let's go back to another scripture since you're so deep. The Bible says your gift should make room for you. So that they left me out.
That's it. That's right. That's it. That's right. That's it.
If you're so powerful that you think you are powerful, the Bible says your gift should make room for you.
Help us.
When Jesus got ready to be tempted, he was not tempted in church. He was tempted in the wilderness.
That's right.
Your advancement never comes from the church.
That's right.
Your advancement comes from your wilderness spirit. How you bounce back from your wilderness spirits. How you bounce back from people lying on you. How you bounce back from people going against you. How you bounce back from losing your car. How you bounce back and got a sickness that is not yours.
Yes.
Because I never claimed it.
That's right. You said by his stripes I'm healed.
Y'all didn't catch
That's
me.
right. That's right.
I never claimed that sickness.
Yes.
Read.
And in their hands they shall bear thee up,
Uh-huh.
lest at any time thou dash thy foot against
The
a
devil know if anything the devil do to you unlegally, God gonna fix it.
That's right. That's
You
right.
just don't know. We don't know that we are not of this world.
That's right. That's right.
We are pilgrims
Yes.
passing through. So if you're passing through, why you want to get ownership here?
That's right. That's right.
Listen to this. I don't care what house you staying in. I don't care what car you driving. I don't care what clothes you got. When you gone, somebody gonna do it. They gonna put it all in the grave with you.
That's
You can leave a will. Tear my house up, dig a hole, put it in there with me, put my car in there with me, all my clothes and all my money. Delete.
Yes.
We need to use that.
Yes.
We worry about things that we gonna need, and never deal with stuff that God gonna give us when we get to heaven.
That's right. Yes.
A road, a rain, gold, silver, a house. And I don't know what kind of song y'all been saying. A little old shack. And I ain't looking for no shack when I go there. I stayed in one down here. The mansion I did with it don't have no seeds. I don't have to pay the pest control to get roaches out of it.
That's right.
No termites. Because it's not made with hands. It's made with God's own
That's
hands.
right. That's right.
Read, Roger, so I can get out of here. Gotta get out. Read.
Matthew 4:7.
What he say?
Jesus said unto him,
What he say?
It is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God.
Look at somebody say, walk out in front of the car. Listen here, I ain't going out in front of no car. See what people do when you start being powerful, they tempt you to go over what God calls you to do.
That's right. That's
They
right.
do something like, you got a word for me? No, they got no word for you. If I give you something God ain't gave me, then he gonna hold me accountable for something I gave you.
That's right. That's
We got
right.
what we call parking lot preachers. Don't think I done enough on Sunday morning, they gonna take it over at the parking lot.
Wow.
Yes.
We tempt God.
Yes, we do.
Lord Jesus, help us.
Read, Roger.
Verse 8.
Read.
Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and said unto him,
Right.
All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
Now listen to this. And I'm getting ready to close in a few more minutes. Do you know what the devil wants from you? Everybody keep talking about he wants to stop you. Everybody keeps saying he wants you to go to hell. But what the devil wants to do, the main thing the devil wants you to do, he wants you to worship him.
That's it.
Every king wants the subjects to worship them.
Yes. Yes.
Why do we put stuff on money? Because we want you to give praise to the person that done something great in life to remember them. The devil wants you to worship him. See, when you worship, you're already going back.
Yes.
You can't come out of sickness giving glory to sickness. Because then you give worship to the devil.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going through right now. But this is nothing but a part of my season. Soon and very soon, I'm not going to see the cake, I'm going to see my future.
That's right.
You cannot let the devil fight you to the point where you don't talk back to him.
That's right.
Listen to this, listen. If you're going to win in 2022, you got to become a believer of the word and a word talker. No, you ain't got to know the whole Bible, but you need to find something in what you're going through and read the hell out of what you're going through.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Stop crying. Start celebrating you coming out.
Yes.
I ain't got no money. Thank you, God. I'm finna get it. Lord, I'm sick in my body. I can see myself shouting. I can see myself running. I can see myself changing. God, I'm staying in the projects now. But one day,